everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Natalie Jade and I post videos over here at least 3 times a week. I also have a vlogging channel too if you want to check that out. But today's video I'm going to be reviewing the brand new Revolution X Elf palette. I have been so excited to get my hands on this, so I cannot wait to show you guys what's inside this, what the palette's actually like and all that kind of thing. So do not forget to smash that thumbs up button, leave me a lovely little comment in the comment section down below, and make sure to subscribe to my channel for more content just like this. And let's get started with today's video. So as soon as I heard that Revolution were doing an elf collection, I was so excited. I've been waiting to see what the Christmas collections were going to be, and honestly I was not disappointed. I think they're actually bringing out a Marilyn Monroe collection as well for Christmas, but I think that's XX Revolution, where this is I Heart Revolution. And yeah, I've been really blown away by the collection. They have so many things, and you can also buy things in sets as well, so it can be cheaper for you. So they have a bath and body set, so they do the shower gel, bath bombs, body spray and body with moisturizer I believe as well. That's all for £20. I was so close to buying that. I just can't really afford it at the moment, so I ended up buying this one palette. This is a 4-in-1 palette though, and I'm very excited to show you. They do another palette as well, and they've got things like a makeup bag which is stunning. They have primers, they have a setting spray, they do glisten, eye kind of topper things, I'm not really sure what they're called. They have just all sorts of different things. They have a lot of lip products as well. They've got lip scrub, they've got a lip trio, they've got all sorts of stuff. But the one that I bought was the I Heart Revolution Elf. It's like a book kind of palette, but this is absolutely stunning. Like, can I just start off with the packaging? The packaging for this palette is absolutely unreal. Like, they could not have made this any more elf vibes if they'd have tried to. So when I actually come to open this up, it's got like a little magnetic kind of flip on here. So you open that and this is what it looks like. And firstly, I just want to focus on this. It says Santa's coming, I know him, with a load of little outlines, and they are so cute. And then let's get to the actual palette itself. So this is the first one, which is quite nude neutrals. It's got a bit of a candy cane theme there. I love the pastel colours, they're really pretty. And then the second one you've got is this one here. There's a lot of greens, blues. It gives me kind of autumnal vibes as this one. This is the next one. This is some brighter shades, so it's got some brighter greens, blues, oranges, yellows, purples, a few shimmers. It's quite a bright one. And then the last one is a very neutral, a very nude one with a lot of like darker, warmer tones. So you have a big variety in this palette, and I love the way it's actually just set out and laid out. I think it is so unique and so different, and I just really like it. So in today's video, I'm just going to do some swatches of this, and then I'm going to get straight on with the video. I'm just going to do an eye look using this palette. I do want to do a video where I do an eye look, one from each one of these, so like 4 looks in one video, but we don't have time for that today, so I'm just going to do one look for now, do a bit of a first impressions, and do my overall review of the collection. As I said, I think they've done an amazing job with this collection. They bought so many things out, and I wish I could have bought them all, but this one just has to be my favourite. So I'm just going to do an eye look with a combination of all of the colours in the palette. So I'm just going to insert all my swatches in here for you guys, so you guys can check those out. These are going to be swatches, one from each set of palettes, and they're just beautiful shades. This is the first set of swatches, and some of them I did actually struggle getting them to show up. Some of the pastel shades, like the pastel blue. These shimmers, however, are beautiful. They have the most gorgeous creamy texture. I love the lilac shimmer in the centre there. The gold shimmer was gorgeous too, but yeah, some of the pastel shades, like the lighter shades, were quite difficult to show up, but I'm hoping they're just more buildable shades. But the shimmers, oh, I'm just obsessed with the shimmers. So this is from the first palette. So this is my second set of swatches, and these ones are definitely more pigmented than the last ones. I love the shimmers, like the green shimmer, the orange one, the bronze one, the yellow. They are just ridiculously pigmented. Like, they are genuinely so gorgeous. The green one especially, it's got like kind of a white duochrome with the green. It's so gorgeous. So this is the third set of swatches, and these were very vibrant. I was very impressed by the pigmentation. Again, shimmers were gorgeous. The rose gold shimmer, which is the 5th one from the bottom, was very crumbly in the pan. Like, I genuinely felt so much product come out onto my finger that I tried to put some back. So that one was really crumbly, but the orangey yellow in the middle is beautiful. There's just so many gorgeous shades. And now this one is the final set of swatches, which is the warm toned palette, and this is stunning. All of these shades are gorgeous. I didn't have any problems with any of them. I love the gold and the silver the best. There's a lot of warm and orange tones, which means some of them do look like they're repeated and some are less highly pigmented than others, but they're all absolutely stunning and you can create so many gorgeous looks with this. So I've already prepped my eyes, I've got all my makeup on, and I've put on my P. Louise base in the shade 2. So I do have the little protector still on, so I'm going to take this off so we can actually get into the shades properly. But I think I want to go for kind of a festive-y look. I did want to go for a bit of a Frozen inspired look, so like a bit of an Elsa look, but I think I might actually just go in with the greens, because there's quite a few gorgeous greens in this palette. I actually wanted to do a warm look to start with, and I thought, you know what, we're going to do something Christmassy. So I might go in with the blues, greens, and just kind of see where we go and see what happens. So from doing swatches, I found that some of these are really highly pigmented. The pastels aren't as pigmented as some of the other shades are, but they're still there. There's still some product there. Some of the shimmers are a little bit too crumbly for me. Like, some of them will end up having a lot of fallout, which I saw just from applying it onto my arm. But that is fine, you cannot win them all. But that is just a bit of honesty for you guys, that some of the shimmers do have fallout. But you've got this many different colours, like, you've got a lot of different colours, so you're not going to be able to win all of them. So first one I'm going to use is from the front palette, and I'm just going to use this pastel blue here, and I'm just going to grab a small brush and just start to apply this onto my eyes as a bit of a base and kind of transition shade. So I'm just going in with this morph brush here. This one is the JH35, and I'm just going to grab some of this colour. I'm just going to start to use this for a bit of a wash of colour through my crease. I found when I was doing the swatches, the lighter shades just didn't swatch anywhere near as well as the darker shades. So with pastels you do get that a lot, but they are just not as pigmented as I'd like them to be. So I'm hoping that when I'm applying them onto my eyes, they're just a lot more buildable and you can actually see the colour. I'm just going to build this up and see what happens. The pastel shades are just so gorgeous. Like, you can actually see that on my eye there, but when I did a swatch of that, it took a while to actually get any colour to kind of show up on my arm. So I'm hoping that it might just be that you need to kind of build this up a little bit. With it being a pastel, the pigmentation's just not as strong and you just need to work on the colour a bit and kind of work it through the crease. So I'm just getting that one shade of blue still, and I'm running that through my lid. But if you see what I mean, that's like one application of the colour, whereas that I just built it up a little bit more and I'm just going to keep building it and building it. On the plus side, this colour is blending out gorgeously, like it's blending out on its own. Like there, that's fully blended out already. So it is a gorgeous colour and it's blending well. You just need to kind of build it up a little bit more. So I'm going to do the same thing on this lid and I'm just doing it in like little circles. So this is now what my eyes are looking like, and I'm going to go in with a darker shade of blue. So I'm going in with the second palette and I'm just grabbing the teal shade there, and I'm going to start to apply that towards the outer corner, well, from the middle to the outer corner of my lid. So I'm just going to grab a smaller brush. This one's just a little bit fluffier, so I can be a little bit more precise with where I'm actually applying it. And this teal shade is a lot more pigmented than the pastel one, so I don't want to apply too much product and kind of like overpower the other shade. So I'm just going to start to apply this where I said. This is a really gorgeous teal. It is really nice. I just want to make sure that I've got that kind of shape for the shadow where I want it to be. I'm going to try wing it out, but I'm just not the best at winging it, if I'm honest. So again, get that darker shade there, just kind of get a little bit more depth. And then I'm going to get a fluffier brush so I can go over all this and kind of blend it out a little bit better, because I don't want any harsh lines or anything like that. So I actually feel like I haven't filmed properly for a while. I filmed one video yesterday, but that was more of just a chatty kind of catch up, which will be out like a week after you've seen this anyway. So it's quite strange because I filmed quite a lot in advance for the end of Vlogtober, because I was away in Lincoln while Vlogtober actually finished. And then I've been sick, so I've had tonsillitis for 2 weeks, and I just kept saying, oh, it's fine, it'll go away, and it didn't go away. So I went to the doctor's 2 days ago and got antibiotics. But every time I've been on antibiotics for tonsillitis or anything like that, they've always given me 2 antibiotics a day for 5 days. This time they gave me 8 antibiotics a day for 10 days. So it's a little bit more intense. So the actual times that I can eat and things like that have changed as well now. Because I have to take my antibiotics, I can't eat for 2 hours. And then I can eat, then I can't eat for an hour, then I've got to take them, and it just goes on like that all day, and it's just a bit of a nightmare with it all. So next I'm going to be taking one of the darker shades. So I've just stuck my fingernail into one of the pans, literally my brand new e.l.f. palette, and I've just stuck my fingernail into that pan. Like, how stupid can I be? Why do I always do this? So now I'm going to go in with one of the dark colours from the palette. So I'm going in with the second palette, and I'm taking this one here, which is like a kind of, it's a bit like a dark blacky brown with a tint of like dark khaki, like kind of green. And I'm just going to take a small amount of this on quite a small brush. So I'm just going to go in with this Morph brush here. This is a JH39, and I'm just going to grab some of this on here. I'm just going to pat that into the outer corner of my eye. I don't want too much, but I still want enough to kind of give the effect of the look. If I'm honest, this has turned a bit more green than blue, but I'm actually quite liking it because I didn't want to do a green look in my next video for, you know, e.l.f. So if it's a greeny blue look, I'm still pretty cool with that. So this is how my eyes are looking like. Now I've added the darker colour to it. So I'm going to go in with my P. Louise base. And I'm pretty sure I'm going to use my white one. Yeah, I'm going to use my white one. So this is the P. Louise base, shade 0. And I'm going to apply a small amount of this to the back of my hand. On there. And then I'm going to start to carve out my lid with this. With, I think I use this brush today. This is a Soul Beauty brush, and I love this for applying my cut crease. It's such a nice shape and just kind of a nice feel to it too. So I'm just going to start to carve this out in the shape that I want it to be. I'm literally just covering my lid. I don't want to go all the way to my outer corner. I'm doing kind of like 3/4, something like that. And then get a little bit more from the lid. I may have to actually get some more product out for this one actually. But I'll just see how it goes. This is actually applying so nicely. I swear, I literally love this brush so much. It applies my cut crease so flawlessly. I don't actually think they make these anymore, and it makes me so sad because they are such a good brush. But this is how my eyes are now looking, and I'm actually so obsessed with this palette so far. It's so good. So I'm going in with a glittery shade. I'm going to use the gold one. So I'm just going to use this brush here to pick some of that up with. And I'm just going to apply this right on the inner corner. You can't see much of a colour difference because it's still like that really bright colour, but instead of it just being a matte bright, it's now like a shimmery bright. Oh, that is gorgeous. I love that shimmer. It's so pretty, and it's literally just glided straight onto my eyes. Sometimes I have trouble applying shimmers using a brush, and they just don't want to apply, but this one's actually applying like so flawlessly. So next I'm going to go in with is the green shimmer. So I'm just going to grab a little bit of this on my finger, and it is so beautiful. And I'm just going to start to apply this on my lid. This is just going right on the centre of my lid where I applied the cut crease, and we're going to try blend it into that white a little bit on the inner corner as well. But it's a beautiful shade. It's not as shimmery as I expected it to be. I don't know why, it just looks a lot more shimmery on your finger. Looks a little bit more matte on the eye, but it is still shimmery and it's still gorgeous. So that is how that is now looking, and it is a beautiful colour, it really is. So I'm now going to go in with a darker one on my outer corner to help blend out with that dark shade we already laid down. So I think I might actually go in with this one. This is, I kind of wish the shades had names. Like, they've already packed in so much into these palettes that I don't really expect them to put names on as well, because they have packed a lot into this. But it's hard to be able to say I'm going in with this shade because they just don't really have any names. It's kind of hard to talk about them. But I'm just going in with this dark green here. It's like a shimmery shade, but it's very dark, and I feel like it would blend quite nicely as a transition shade between those two. Oh, that is beautiful. That shade is absolutely beautiful. So I'm just applying this on the outer third of my lid. and it is a beautiful consistency. It's a really, really creamy kind of formula. It feels really, really nice, and it looks gorgeous too. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go in with the green that we used before, so like the tealy shade there, and I'm going to just get some of that onto my brush, and I'm just really gently kind of washing that through there just to make sure that it's nicely blended between where we did the cut crease and where the colour goes. So it's just a nice wash of colour, nothing too intense, literally just gently washing over there. And then what I'm also going to do is I'm going to grab a thinner brush and I'm going to do my lower lash line. So I'm going to go firstly with that light blue, and I'm just going to get a small amount of that underneath my eye. So I'm just going to use a different brush to what I've just used. I'm going to use this small one here. This is another Morphe one. This is the E18. And I'm grabbing that teal shade. I'm just lightly buffing this underneath my lower lash line, just to kind of finish the look off a little bit and just make it look a little bit more complete. So now that I've done my lower lash line, I want to focus on making sure that the blend on my actual lid is nicely blended. So I'm going to go over each of the shimmers again, and I'm going to work from my outside to my inner corners. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with that dark colour that we did before. So I'm grabbing that small JH39 brush, and I'm just tapping into that dark shade again that we used. This is just to tap some right on my outer corner into that crease, to have that nice kind of dramatic look. You want it to contrast as much as I can from the outer corner to the inner corner. So the inner corner's white, but I want my outer corners to be really dark, just help to contrast, make it kind of stand out more. So now that that's applied, I'm going to go in with that shimmer again, which is the darker green, this one up at the top there. And I'm just going to grab that on the brush that I used before, the 005 from Real Techniques. And I'm just going to start to apply this there. I've got such a busy couple of weeks coming up. Well, it's not even just a couple of weeks, it's next busy like a month coming up. We've got the house move very soon. I've got a lot of new collections that I'm going to be reviewing, so I need to make sure I'm on top of that. And then I've also got a lodge that I'm going to be going to. So I'm going away for a week. Well, it's probably like 4, maybe 5 days I think we're going away for. At a lodge, and I'm very excited for that because I think it's going to be really, really nice. I haven't really gone away anywhere for, I think it was last October, not this October, but like the October before. So it'll be really nice to have just a little escape and just go and chillax. I'll probably get a load of filming done while I'm there, but it'll be really, really nice and fun. And now I'm taking this brush here and I'm just going to grab the lighter green shimmer. And I'm just applying that right over the centre of my lid, trying to cross over with the colour before it, just help have a nice blend with it. And then same thing on my other lid. These are actually beautiful shimmers. I genuinely underestimated what they were going to look like in this palette. I thought, oh, they're pretty, they're nice. I didn't think they were going to be as good as this. So then the final shimmer we're going to use is the shimmer at the start of the palette. This one here. This is a beautiful silver. I'm just going to grab a little bit of this onto my finger. And I'm just patting that right in my inner corner. So I'm just patting that on. Nicely on to there. And then I'm actually going to pick a different shade for my actual inner corner shimmer. That was just like the inner corner of my lid. So for my inner corner eye shimmer, I'm going to be going in with this beautiful kind of rose goldy shimmer here. I'm just grabbing some of that on my finger and then just tapping that into my inner corner. I thought that'd be a really, really nice, oh yeah, that's a really, really nice shimmery shade. And I want it to be different to the shimmers on my lid. That's why I chose this one. But that is absolutely gorgeous. I love that colour so much. So now I'm going to do my mascara and then I'll be right back. So this is now the finished look, and honestly I'm so obsessed with this palette. I think it is such a festive little palette. You've got so many different colour combinations in there. I just think the layout, the packaging of this and the pigmentation as well really surprised me. I genuinely didn't think the pigmentation would have been anywhere near as good as it was. It is honestly just beautiful. I'm so happy with this. So thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you've all enjoyed this. I definitely have. If you have, don't forget to smash that thumbs up for me. Leave me a lovely little comment in the comment section down below. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel with that little bell on for more videos from me just like this. But that is it from me for today. I hope you've all enjoyed this, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye!